So this, again, is another example where we've seen Republicans outperform Democrats and outperform the polls, and also the coattails of Donald Trump.
He even said it's not about being Republican now, and he talked about the power of prayer. And I just want to go back to you, David, for a minute. I ran into Russell Brown at the RNC, and it is people like that coming back to Jesus, returning to faith, and I feel a spiritual revival in this country. And, you know, you listen to that small, still voice of God, and I just have to say, one of my favorite scriptures, Isaiah 43:19, it comes up when I'm, you know, just doing one thing or another. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. I do feel like there is this moment in our nation where there's permission to talk about God and Jesus again. We just heard the power of prayer there, and I just wanted to share that as well.
Can I weigh in on this for a second? Because, you know, Governor Huckabee made that point also, that we were returning to American values, to true values, and I wonder how much Tim Walz hurt Kamala Harris. She had a terrible campaign, and she didn't answer questions, and she was awful in many ways. But Tim Walz, I think they thought maybe he checked the boxes that they needed. You know, a white guy who was in the military and he was a hunter, but they didn't know that he abandoned his troops. Maybe they didn't do their research. Maybe they didn't know he didn't know how to load a shotgun, and maybe they didn't pay enough attention to the fact that he made his state a sanctuary state for sex change operations for children. And these kinds of things, I think, really disturb most of America, but the Democrats thought that they had that in their back pocket, but they didn't. They underestimated the values of the rest of America. And now that Donald Trump might have the Senate and maybe the House, what a difference that could make in getting things done. They were sweeping his legs every chance they got when he was president in 2016. Now he might actually be able to
and an actual, you know, a real professionally
agenda.
organized transition team that he has set up as well. That's going to make a huge difference when you think about all the disasters with Chris Christie leading the transition team last time and how that went awry. Our thanks to David Harris Jr. And Rick Leventhal as well.
Thank you both so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Let's bring in now Matt Schlapp, chairman of CPAC, and we can put